why do we have fear and excitement at the exact same time? And how do we change that moving forward? Because fear, they keep saying, is false education or false evidence appearing real. I believe fear is false education appearing real, right? We're only scared of the things we don't know. We're only scared of the things we don't understand. But fear is a barrier that stops people. But why do we feel this emotion of excitement and fear at the same time? And how can we change it, right? How can we kind of flip it on its head? Now, I've got some personal experiences where I felt these two emotions, and I've kind of changed the way I feel about this, because the first time I went to a potential private lender, guess what? I was very, very excited, but at the exact same time, I was fearful. When I talked to my first motivated seller, I was very excited, but I was very fearful. When I underwrote my first commercial deal, right? When I analyzed my first deal, when I put pen to paper, how many of you guys get at closing and your hands start shaking a little bit? Be honest. But we're excited, but at the exact same time, we got this fear voice back there, right? So just so you guys know, like Wesley said, I love what Wesley said yesterday. This is not the end, it's the what? It's the beginning. And when you feel fear and when you feel excitement, just start changing your association. When I feel fear and when I feel excitement, I know I'm getting pushed outside my comfort zone, and I know something great's on the other side of it. Because I've experienced those two feelings over and over. And if you just get past it, life begins where your comfort zone ends. I'll give you a great example. I was flirting with this girl for a year on Facebook Messenger. And I'm trying everything, right? And I'm flirting, I'm building rapport. I'm a sales guy, I can build trust, right? So I invited her to Wrigley Field because I'm a diehard, Cubs fan. I'm a season ticket holder. I love my Cubbies. And I invited her to a baseball game. I think this is the first date, right? So it's the 7th inning stretch. We're singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And, every baseball stadium sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." But at Wrigley Field, it's a little bit different because you lock arms with strangers and you just start swaying back and forth. It's just one of our cool traditions, right? So we're doing it, and I'm sitting there going, this is it. This is the moment. This is a defining moment in my life. I'm going to go in for the first kiss. So we finish "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I turn, I give this girl a hug. We break out of the hug, and I go in for the kiss, and she goes, whoa. I thought this was a networking thing. And then the rest of the game, she tells me what great friends we're going to be and how we can do deals together later. Her name is Amy Missouri, right? So let me ask you, was I fearful? Was I excited? Did I get through it? And it was a defining moment in my life. So life begins on the other side of this, whatever that is. Whatever that is, right? Whatever that fear and excitement, whatever emotion you want to call it, life begins. Everything I have that I love is because of that woman, my best friend. But my best friend, it's okay. She's gotten enough, okay? But she gave me the greatest gift, which is our little girl, Emma, right? And Emma, she battles this fear and excitement, right? So we joined a country club a couple years ago. Thank God. I had to pitch Amy on this so hard because she's like, so what are the dues? How much is the initiation? I go, the swimming pool, babe. The Pilates classes, the tennis courts, the arts and the crafts. And she goes, there's 4 golf courses, right? And I go, well, those are nice, right? Yeah. I'm a big golfer, for those of you guys who don't know. Not good, but just a big golfer. But anyways, we joined this country club a couple years ago, and at this beautiful pool that we have a water slide, we have a splash pad, we got, a diving board. It's like the only pool that still allows diving boards these days. And for the first summer that we're at this pool, Emma doesn't even look at the diving board. She's like 3 years old, right? So she sees the big kids on the diving board. She doesn't even look at it, right? Well, last summer in 2024, every day before we went to the pool, Emma wanted to jump on the diving board. So we would jump in our golf cart, we'd get ready to go, right, to the pool, and right before we would take off on the golf cart to go to the pool, our little girl would look at me and she goes, Daddy, today is the day. Today is the day. I'm going to jump off that diving board. And I go, yes, you are, sister. Yes, you are. You're going to climb the mountain. You're going to slay the dragon. You're going to do it. I'm so proud of you. You're going to do it and you're going to love it. She goes, yes, I am. The entire summer last year, she would go down to the pool, she'd put on her floaties, and she wouldn't even look at the diving board, right? And this happened over and over again because she was letting what stop her? She's letting fear stop her. But she knew how amazing it was because she saw all the other kids doing it and enjoying it, right? And getting back in line over and over again, right? So every day right before we went to the pool, Daddy, today's the day. Right? Daddy, today's the day. This went out all summer. Well, they're about to close the pool, so I make the announcement to Emma. I say, hey, babe, they're wrapping up summertime. The pool's over, right? So they're going to close down the water slide. They're going to shut off the splash pad. They're going to take the diving board down because winter's coming in Austin, So I just want to let you know that, these are our last couple times at the pool. Now, I wasn't saying that because I wanted her to jump. I was planting a seed. I was just trying to bring closure that, man, this opportunity in this window is so short. And so is life. I always talk about the dash. Life is all about the dash. On our gravestone, we got a start date and we got an end date. And that dash in between, what kind of story are we going to tell? So I plant this little seed, and all of a sudden, one of the last times we go to the pool, she looks at me and she goes, Daddy, today is the day. Today is the day I'm going to jump off that diving board. And I go, yes, you are. Now, in the back of my head, what am I thinking? Here we go again, right? So Amy, Emma, and I, we have to walk down the pool, but this time when we walk down the pool, she's on a mission. She's walking tall, 10 feet tall, bazooka-proof, walking down the pool. She gets her floaties on, and I know she's going to go straight to the splash pad or do whatever. All of a sudden, she gets in line. Amy and I turn into the two most awkward human beings in the entire world. Because we're trying to ignore it, right? We're trying to ignore it, but we've got our sunglasses on. We're looking from our peripherals because we see our little girl about to slay the giant, about to overcome this fear that's stopping her, right? And she's in line, and she's watching the kids in front of her, and she's locked in, ready to go. Now, here's the thing. I'm watching her, and we're putting like towels down, but I'm not paying attention to anything I'm doing, right? And all of a sudden, like, I drape a towel over a woman that's sitting next to us because I'm watching Emma the whole time. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Like, if anybody saw Amy and I, like, we both probably thought we were on massive amounts of drugs, right? But I'm watching her, but I want her to know that this is normal. This is normal. That what you're about to do and what you're about to accomplish isn't some Mount Everest climb. It's just normal. It's a part of the things we do, right? So all of a sudden, she's getting in line. She's walking. But all of a sudden, the line's getting what? And she starts shaking. She is shaking like a leaf. I can see it. At this point, Amy and I are both crying because that's what we do. But she doesn't see it, and we're like staring at the sky and like totally ignoring her, pretending like this isn't happening. But she's shaking. And then all of a sudden, the person, two people in front of her, they jump. So now the person in front of her steps up. A lot of us have been watching the person in front of us step up. It's time for us to do it. The person jumps in front of her, and now she has to step up. She takes the first step. She takes the second step. She gets onto the diving board. Now, our little girl is not little. She's a big girl. Yeah, right? But the diving board is like this wide, right? She's holding on to the guardrails, right? And she starts heel to toe walking this thing as if it's a tightrope at the circus, right? Because she is scared to death, and her arms are shaking. And she's heel to toe, going as slow as possible, walking down. But all of a sudden, the guardrails, they run out. And she's got to continue to walk. Some of us have been holding on to the guardrails for way too long. Time to let go. So she's going out there. Now, all of a sudden, I'm at the edge of the pool, and I'm staring right at her. Because I know what she's feeling right now. She's feeling excitement, but she's scared to death. And she's shaking like a leaf. She's still kind of heel to toe. And now she's at the end of the diving board and she's staring at the abyss. 8 feet deep pool. And she locks up, right? I'm staring right at her. And I turn into Tony Robbins, motivational speaker at the pool. I'm like, babe, Emma, you got this. You're going to slay this giant. You're going to climb this mountain. You're going to love it. You're going to hit the pool, get right back in line. You got 150 people at the pool. Everybody's watching Dad. Right? And I'm like, you got this. And she starts crying and she goes, I'm scared. Help me. Now, what are the kids in line saying? Hurry up! Hey! I go, I will kill all of you. She goes, Daddy, help me. Help me. So I jump in the water, right? Take off my shirt, take off my hat, my sunglasses, I get in the water. When you're 6'4" and you weigh too much, you don't tread water very well, right? So I'm not a great water treaderer, whatever that is. So I'm underneath the diving board and I'm trying to tread water. I'm like, baby, you got this. You're going to love it. I got you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to keep you safe. You got this. You're going to love it. And she goes, hold my hand. So now, I have to tread water with this giant head of mine and somehow reach up and I can get her. I can get her right here. And when we held your hand yesterday, it was a lot like that. Because I know some of you are scared. I know you're excited. Sometimes you just need to reach out. But I can get her. I can get her right in that top crevice, right? And I said, all right, babe. We were a spectacle this day. I wish someone would have filmed it. I'm sure someone did, and it's probably on YouTube somewhere, right? But I got her, right? And I go, all right, babe, we're going to do this on 3. I got you. You ready? And she goes, no, Daddy, 4. Okay, we'll do it on 4. 1, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. 2, I don't know where you guys are in the count of your life, but it's time to stop counting. It's time to jump. 3, you got this, babe. You're going to love it. 4! Now, here's the thing. I don't know if she ever jumped. I have no idea if my little girl ever jumped. Because on 4, I ripped her into the pool. As hard as I possibly could. Just ripped her into the pool. And as soon as I did it, I go, no! I just forced my little girl to do something she didn't want to do. She's not going to let me walk her down the aisle. She's going to call me Sean the rest of my life. I go, I got to change her association when she pops up because I don't know if she ever jumped. I just ripped her in the pool. I just forced her to do something maybe she didn't want to do, right? So she pops up from the water. I go, Emma, you did it. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Oh, my God. All these people must think I'm crazy. Do you think I care what the people out there think of me? Screw those people. The greatest gift God gave me was probably I don't give a shit what other people think about what I do. Because as soon as you care about them, it changes your goals and your whys and what you want to accomplish. Right? I don't care about them. My girl just slayed the giant, but I got to make sure she calls me dad for the rest of my life. Right? She pops up and it's like, babe, you did it. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. That was amazing. You loved it, right? And she pushed me away. As I tried to give her a hug, I go, this is my worst nightmare happening right in front of me. She pushes me away. She swims out of the pool as fast as she's ever swum out of the pool. And I'm like, now she's going to run to mom, and mom's the hero. She gets out of the pool and she gets right back in line. We couldn't get her out of the pool that day. It took her hours. Some of us have been watching other people jump. It's time to jump, right? And then we get back in the golf cart. And we're about to drive away. And she goes, Dad, I was never scared. And I didn't need you. When you feel fear and when you feel excitement, something great's about to happen. Whether it's a first kiss, whether it's the first jump, whether it's the first private lender, whether it's the first deal, the first building, the first whatever. There's going to be fear, there's going to be excitement, but on the other side of whatever that is, that's when true life begins. And I'm rooting for every single one of you in this room, whether you join this community or not.